everyone. I am Brittany Masholi. I am a social media manager and blog manager, and I do social media management for Mike Broomall, owner and CEO of Hugh McLean Golf Apparel. So I'm so happy to be doing this Q&A session with you today, Mike. I want you to introduce yourself. Tell us who you are, what you do, who you serve.
Sure. So my name is Mike Broomall, and I'm the owner, creator of Hugh McLean Golf Apparel. And our mission is pretty simple: get great looking golf apparel to you at a reasonable price and make them in America whenever we can. Keep it simple and classy on and off the course.
Awesome. So why start a golf apparel business in such a competitive market?
Good question. Basically, sometimes, when you're working your day job, you sit up at night saying, if I had the time, what would I do? If I, had the time and the money to start something, or at least the time, what would I do? And I was thinking about it last year. I was like, I really have always been into old school vintage polos. I used to find them on eBay and other secondhand places. And I was like, these are really great. They look good, socially in the office. But I was looking for something with more performance, but still had those vibes. There's not much out there in the market that fits that niche, and if they do, they tend to be over $100. Most people these days don't want to spend $100 on one single golf shirt. So that was kind of the motivation to do it. The other motivation, as a big fan of dogs in particular, I've rescued numbers of dogs and work with different dog rescue agencies, and was thinking, this is a good opportunity not only to bring my vision for the polo to life, but to give back to some organizations that I feel are important to me and to the community.
I love that. So how can you sell quality made in the USA polos for such a fair price? I know you said you didn't want to do the $100, which I think is awesome, but how are you able to sell such quality materials just made in the USA for such a fair price?
Sure. The key is kind of maximizing what your margins are. And the easiest way to do that now with technology is to do a direct-to-consumer brand. So by doing a direct-to-consumer brand, you're not paying for extensive amount of advertising. You're not paying PGA professionals wear your clothes. That cuts out a middleman in that sales channel that takes a percentage of the profits off of each sale. So by doing a direct-to-consumer brand, we're able to make a decent margin and get the product to the consumer at a good price while making it in America.
Okay, awesome. And then who wears your clothes? What's your ideal customer base?
Yeah, so far what we've seen, it's a good mixture of different ages, makeups, socioeconomical, but typically what it is a guy who's a little bit of maybe of a contrarian, or someone who has an eye towards vintage fashion, who is looking for a simple, classy look at a good price that's made in America and that performs as good or better than any other polo in the market. The shirts won't really make those guys play better, but it'll make you more comfortable on a hot day. And if you look good, that brings a little extra confidence to the golf course.
Right, exactly. And I will say, my husband wore it on the golf course and he played his best round yet. So you never know.
I've heard that many times. For me, so far, it's only happened twice. Most of the time have been as bad as usual, mental breakdowns here and there. But I have posted an 80 and an 81, a couple of 37 nines, and in the CP3. So obviously it's working if even someone of my limited talents can shoot that well in the CP3.
That's awesome. And then I know that you just said that you have rescued a lot of dogs and that's close to your heart, but why do you donate to dog charities? Why is a portion of your proceeds go towards these rescues?
Sure. So a lot of the rescues, like Sammy, our logo dog, he's out in the backyard somewhere, they are pretty much run by either individual dog fosters who dedicate a lot of their time and money, like the person who worked for the Forever Paws rescue, where we got Sam, had converted her whole garage into basically like a puppy, playpen area to take these dogs that they bring up from the south from kill shelters. And she's basically dedicated the whole portion of, the second act of her life to rescuing these dogs. So it takes a lot of money and a lot of time to save the dogs and then place the dogs with good families. So that's a critical one. And then our local shelter here, Cecil County Animal Services, are dealing with the same thing, very tight budgets, an overwhelming number of dogs that come to the rescue. And they need as much donations as they can get and visibility from the public to help clear out the shelter, make sure those animals get to good homes.
Right, exactly. Awesome. I love that. And then is there anything else that you would like to tell the listeners before signing off of this?
Just that we appreciate your continued support. Refer us to a friend. And if you're watching this video, there'll be a discount code for 20% off when we post this to social media. Like I said, share it with a friend. You know, the money is going to a good cause in addition to, Made in America polos. And keep working with us, and we'll keep supporting you. And please keep supporting us.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. And I think that this told the listeners who you are, what you do, who you serve, who you help, and things like that. So I think this is really great. So thank you so much for doing this today.
Thank you for having me.
Of course.
And that's HughMcLean.com, Hugh McLean Golf Fellowship vibes.